Jordan dropping, Obi dropping, not to mention me dropping. Feel like we
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
19.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19. Ready.
They'll try again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
Looking to throw. Brewer. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to sack back at the 16-yard line. A gigantic sack on 3rd and goal. A loss of 12. And And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is right through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Yeah, really with you. I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy. All that drink, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rapping, pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers, pay my bills.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more. A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, hey, hey.
Back to the ground. It's Ridley again. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Go! Cowboy 80s, go!
There's a quick throw caught out wide. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Pat! 70 Lions!
He'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So many times we talk about covers, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
This is taken at the 18, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get this to about the 38. This defense for the Bears, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Throw left side complete. That's Garcia. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Get it! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. brings them a new set of downs. The Buccaneers at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first two games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Ready?
Off the play fake. Brewer. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Hot 70, hot 70. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Operating from the gun. Through it. That's caught. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. Go.
They'll try the left side. Sampson down to about the 37. You look at this Bears defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Off play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
60 by 6, 60 by 6.
Back to throw. Brewer. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it.
Here we go. 19, Charger, 19. Ready.
They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Watch the lineman, watch the bull, let go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Dragon 60. Ready.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And the Buccaneers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Go! Bronco 80.
Sampson is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Ready! 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Let's go.
2nd and 4. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Emeka Egbuka, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs are able to widen their advantage. Well, with this rookie QB, we talked a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Okay, break.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
The way the game has changed a little bit is that defensive goals have changed in a big way. Nowadays, it's not so much stopping certain yardage or whatever, but it's not giving up big, explosive plays. Anything over 10 yards, you're trying to hold teams below that. When they get one against you, as we just saw there, but that really hurts them. It puts them back on their heels a little bit and makes them a little bit less confident.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
19, Charger, 19, 18. Check, hurt.
Now Ridley. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
Back to throw now on first down. Addison hauls it in. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
19, Charger, 19. Ready.
They'll run with Ridley. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. This is Ridley. And not a hole out there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
70! Hawk 70! Hawk 70!
They'll give it to Ridley. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Now!
At the 2-yard line. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th and goal.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
76, Bronco 80. 79 Broncos. Go.
Back to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tucker Kraft, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point attempt to follow here. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Buccaneers 10, Bears 7.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my face compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check smash. Check smash. 70 Timberwolves.
Looking to throw. Brewer. Setting up the screen for Sampson. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready? Pass the 60. Pass the 60. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready?
In the middle they go. Sampson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Brewer. Over to Zabuka. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Street. 19 Lions. 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks. Buffalo 18.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. We mighty more Power Ranger. Mine also dangerous. Y'all talk about range.
Now a 2nd and 10.
70 Lions. Ready?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone. He's hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
70. 18, Pioneer. Go.
They'll look to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And Buck's going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Here we go, set. 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Back to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had to.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
Now a give, right side. Sampson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
Off the play fake. Brewer. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. First target, first catch, and a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Ready? 68, Riggs. Go.
Now a handoff up the middle with Sampson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Ready? 70 Lions. Check smash. Ready?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Get it. Coconut, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Looking to throw. Brewer. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Let's go now. 60 Vikings. 6.
They'll try to run this one in. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
And they'll run again. And this time he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You have 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They make their second-half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side, so now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 73 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Trap alert! Let's go! 19, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles! Bobcat, 60 Bobcat!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Hey, smash Franco! Smash! Franco leading! Go!
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll set up to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Ready? Ready?
Throw left side, there's London. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Second and long. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Back to throw. Brewer. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll field this at the 5. nearly a huge return. As it is, still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 9 now. That ball caught. It's Rice. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And the Bears first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. The first carry here for Jordan James. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
19.
Here's James. Shreds into the stiff arm. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Chicago.
Check. Ready.
They run it with James. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Gotta be lying.
quick hitter here. It's complete. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Looking to throw. Brewer. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Top low, 18.
Back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Buccaneers have just about sewn up this football game.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Come on, come on. Set. Cowboy 80. Ready.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready, set.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Ready. 70 Lions. Get up.
Here's a give up the middle. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
On fourth down, they'll try to run for it. Yeah, he is going to have the Bucs first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
Oh, man, that was some call right there. The game in the balance. They run for it on fourth down, and this has been the story all game long. They've been the ones that come up with the big plays when they've needed them. And that last one, that may have won them the football game.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Tampa Bay, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.